Slime. Defined in the Oxford Dictionary as a moist, soft, and slippery substance, and to me specifically, it is a specter that has haunted me. When I was really young, my sister had a hobby of making slime. They would range in texture, color, viscosity. Sometimes she'd add trinkets and baubles to them, but the most notable thing about them was how they were made. She would rummage through the chemical drawer, finding things like bleach and ammonia, and create a paste that if licked would probably send you to the hospital. That all ended, of course, when airport security found a plastic bag filled with borax used for slime making. God bless the Department of Homeland Security, keeping us safe every day. And while I love her, of course, she has forever ruined my perception of assorted goops and oozes. Can't even watch Flubber without the pain. The agonizing, terrible pain. So, where the hell am I going with this? Basically, how I feel playing Slime Rancher is how I assume it's like for whalers in the 1800s to do their job when their fathers were killed at sea. Is it the most exciting? Hell no. Does it satisfy a deep childhood trauma? Oh, you bet your ass it does. Slime Rancher is an open-world first-person farming and business simulator created by Minomi Park. You play as a woman. Wait, hold on. Don't click away, it gets better, I promise, please! And for reasons only known to Beatrix and God himself, you have left Earth to become a space cowboy, purchasing a lovely little ranch for the 7Z Corporation on a planet 1,000 light years away called the Far Far Range. That's a stupid name, I'm gonna call it Kepler. It could be because of the urban sprawl on Earth, leaving you with a lack of purpose and freedom. Perhaps it's to become in touch with nature once again. Maybe it's because of mankind's divine right to inherit the stars like a real cowboy. Probably something to do with your ex-shorty of anonymous sexual gender back at home. But hey, even if it's none of that, you're here for one purpose.
I'm not leaving.
The money, baby! Yeah! Whoa! Oh my goodness, I am getting an erection. Slimes, the most abundant creature found on the Far Far Range, are a living gold mine, and in some cases are a literal gold mine. Found in a wide variety of species, these cute little gloops are basically snake oil machines. After a slime eats food, it shits. Yeah, it just shits. It shits out a thing called a port, which can be used for energy, cleaning supplies, making alloys, invisibility pills, and pretty much everything else you can think of. Again, snake oil. All you really need to know is that there is a large demand and a very low supply. Ipso facto, big bucks. But in order to corner the market, you're gonna need to get those slimes. So get your 7Z brand vac gun to hold up to 4 different items of upgradable mounts and also water. And head on out into the wilds. The beginning island is split up into 4 separate areas. I'll go into each of them soon, but first let's just talk about the dry reef. Formed as a dried husk of ocean crust, it serves as a starting area to find basic slimes like tabbies, rocks, and pink slimes. Throughout the entirety of the wilds, you could find hollow logs from the previous owner of the range, Hobson. He gives you tips throughout your journey, and talks about owning the range right before he left to explore the galaxy. It's a quaint little area with some weird balls everywhere, but that's fine. Daylight's ending, and time is money. Now that you actually have a slime, you have to ask yourself, how does one cowboy a slime? Mind out of the gutter, chuckle nuts. Besides, it's better than saying slime boy. Then again, those two aren't too dissimilar. We're getting off topic again. Crash course sliming. Oh, you think that's funny, jackass? Every slime pretty much just needs a food source and a cage to be put in. If they're bad, throw them into the ocean. But in contrast to common city slicker myths, sparming is a bit more complicated than that. Most of the time you just need a corral, but for some slimes you might need a pond like the water slimes. You might need to add UV protection. For phosphorus slimes who might die in the light. Bigger walls are a damn near necessity if you want to farm more dangerous and jumpy slimes like boom slimes. In fact, there's an in-game wiki that tells you how to do these. Follow it, please. It also has some lore in it too, very nice. I would say if you really want to ignore everything I just said, just get a plort collector. When you have 20 slimes in a corral, it might be hard to get the plorts after feeding them. Speaking of food, your slimes need it. Not to survive, of course. I could care less if to starve with those beady little eyes. But hey, you can't get money if no one's pooping. Each slime has a specific diet that they follow. They either eat fruits, veggies, or meat. Unless you're the pink slime that eats everything. Just like you, fatty. Got him! Ha! Please subscribe, I'm sorry. But you want more money, so if you have the resources, why not give the slime its favorite food? It can be found in the wiki, and when feeding them their favorite food, they double the plorts produced. So I hope you collected some fruits and chickens on your way back to the ranch, and also save some money for a Cooper farm. But let's be real, where we're going, you won't need to save any money. So you got started. Great, very lovely. However, relatively speaking, you're still poor. You sure as shit can't afford this cave area, and you're not making money quick enough. So get your 7Z TM backpack, get your big boy pants on, and squabble over a couple of chickens. You're going exploring again. In your travels through the genuinely beautiful environments, you might have spotted him. This is a Gordo. Found throughout Kepler, they are large creatures made up of combined slimes. They really like it when you inflate them with yummy treats, and if you make them even fatter, they burst everywhere. Remember kids, do not ever turn down a questionable offer if in the long term you get more money because of it. Because these Gordos allow access to A, a teleporter so travel is quicker, and B, slime keys. Slime keys allow you to access new areas on the map. So hopefully you've already found one past the flying angry bees and unlocked the Indigo Quarry. Home to rad slimes and crystal slimes, it was formerly a mining colony, but nothing of use was found. But like Edwin Drake, we're gonna exploit the fuck out of a resource they didn't even notice. Now I'd say it's a pretty good time to talk about those slimes you've been farming. You see those prices at the selling station? They've been going down. And after majoring in business and minoring in economics at Stanford, I think I'm in the green to say that's not good. Supply and demand. It's an economic relationship in which the price of a product is determined by the quantity and desire of the populace to buy said item. And I don't think you've noticed, but you've been flooding the market, you dumbass. This is why you want a wide variety of slimes in order to constantly gain profit. Sure, you can have an entire ranch of the most expensive slime per plort, but sooner or later it's gonna drop to the price of a pinky, and you'll go from Silicon Valley to San Fran street beggar. But what if I don't have more room for slimes? Tell me, have you ever heard of anabolic steroids? If you feed a plort not belonging to the slime you're feeding it to, it creates a largo. You may have seen this out in the wild actually. Those large bees you pass to get to the Indigo Quarry, those are largos. When you feed it, it gives you one of each plort it belongs to. Even better, it works with their favorite foods. So now you finally have some money, but there's still another problem. The first is that you're quickly running out of room to house your slime, silos, and livestock. But even more importantly, do you feel it? That bottomless pit in the center of your soul? It's still there! But do not worry, my venture capitalist. I know just how to fix it. Material wealth. If you've already used all your room in the ranch, just buy more. There's four separate areas in the ranch you can buy. Grotto is dark, allowing you to easily farm phosphor slimes. The overgrowth is widespread, so you can free-range certain slimes that are hard to contain. And the docks have a pond for water slimes, and also make me think of a certain lighthouse. As for the fourth area of the lab, I'll talk about it later. When is that later? Now is later. Because hopefully if you've gotten yourself another slime key, because we are going to the jungle. The Moss Blanket, a jungle created by Hobson as a side project, is the third area and my personal favorite. It's probably just because of the cel-shaded art style, but it kinda reminds me of the Deku Forest from Wind Waker. It's home to hunter and honey slimes. I'll repeat myself again, steal the resources, take them home, farm them until the poops dry. But damn, it's taken a long time to get back home. If only I could have increased special movement ability options that help me when exploring. I mean, you kinda get that. Upgrades! They certainly exist. Over the course of the game, you'll be able to upgrade your backpack to better protect yourself. And okay, I'll say it now, they're kinda whelming. Not underwhelming, just barely whelming. A lot of the upgrades are just a bonus to what you already have. Power, health, and storage. And while some upgrades are great, like the water gun and the jetpack, other upgrades like the pulse wave is just straight up useless. I just feel like there could be better upgrades in general. How about a rocket jump for verticality? What about an ability to shoot everything in an item slot at once for feeding? You can combine that with the water gun to make an all-fire mode too. Maybe an extra item slot that only holds one item in it, but it saves upon death. How about instead of more stamina, it recharges faster? Because good God, it charges slow. I'm slowly withering away, waiting for my jetpack to fully recharge so I can cross a ravine. There is one you acquire only after you get the lab though. It's pretty important, that being the Treasure Cracker series. Remember those little balls you found throughout the wilds? Those are treasure chests that hold crafting items of varying quality, depending on what type of pod you open. Not to mention blueprints. And now we get to talk about slime science. When in the lab, you're able to deposit materials in plorts, purchase blueprints, and craft machines. You can make anything from teleporters you can place throughout the map, extractors, even decorations in games. It's always nice to see a way to personalize a hub area. I really like it. Just it can be a bit grindy to get materials. For extractors especially, it takes 10 minutes to get one extraction completed. Speaking of grinding, Sigma tip, your network is your net worth. If you're 25 and your friend group isn't talking about the supply rate and automation of honey gordos, get new friends. That is where the range exchange comes in. Across Kepler, ranchers can trade with each other for certain materials if needed. It's really useful in the early game if you're just unable to access certain material, and it allows you to see other characters you can find in the lore. You can meet Thora, Hobson's wife that he always talks about in the holologs, and Bob.
You see me?
But the most important reason this exists is to mooch off other ranchers' properties. Some ranchers like Mochi, Ogden, and the Rizzler himself give you access to the ranch in exchange for playing minigames there. My personal favorite is Victor's. His game is the most fun, and his ranch is just Bioshock. I love Bioshock. My Minecraft base is literally Bioshock. Of course, you'll actually need to play enough of their minigames to unlock their base, though. You can't just come in and start squatting on the property. In line with owning other people's property, congratulations, you're rich as hell. And just like being rich in real life, now's the time to get into the endgame. After a little exploring and a puzzle completed, you'll find the first of the last two areas, the ancient ruins. Home to 4th dimensional Garthan quantum slimes, lemons, button puzzles, and shitty fucking Great transition to a topic I didn't mention before because I'm a dumbass. The ocean kills you. When you die, you lose all your stuff and you wake up on the next day. And while it is slightly annoying, honestly, I appreciate it because in general, Slime Rancher is like incredibly easy. On one hand, that's okay. Sometimes I just want to chill on my farm, feed some slimes, appreciate the beauty, the art, the atmosphere of a video game. It shouldn't be stress, it's just wants you to relax, calm down, enjoy yourself. On the other hand, my hypothalamus is not injecting dopamine at all times into my system. Combined with my immense drive to conquer, it creates boredom. I mean, of course, I'm not looking for someone like Elden Ring, but a bit more tension goes a long way with keeping specifically me interested. Donkey already made a video describing this exact thing, so I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just saying if you're looking for a challenge, do not play this game. You are here for the money, like me. There is another danger in Slime Rancher though, that being tars. Tars are what happens when a Largo eats a plort that doesn't belong to them, making them... They want to eat you, and more importantly, they want to eat your slimes. So when it comes to farming them, this can be disastrous since they can wipe out an entire corral if not careful. But more than likely, since it's already hard for different plorts to enter another corral, it's not gonna happen very often. Plus, they get killed with a couple splashes of water, so yeah, not a big threat. Of course, with Slime Rancher being pretty easy, combined with the movement options available to you, it unintentionally makes the game fantastic for speedrunning. Now, I am not into speedrunning that much. I used to do a little bit of speedrunning when it came to DK Country and Rayman, but I was never great at it. But even I can appreciate something going really, really fast, and this is going really, really fast. And I mean, it's not Mario 64 or anything, but oh my lord, the shit you could do here is fucking insane. Some real hyper-autism shit right here. Great stuff. Man, I wish I could do the stuff you're seeing right now. Maybe I should get autism. Of course, what greater endgame is there than drip? The wonderful folks at 7Z know this, and with it, today's sponsor, the 7Z Rewards Club. As long as you got the cash, you can rank up with the Rewards Club to unlock Destiny shaders for your house, gun, and tech. Not to mention upgraded versions of your ranch. Something lovely to grind for, but not exactly in my taste. Since, like I just said before, it's mostly just a shader. And let's get back to speedrunning because, sweet Christ, the script is already 4 pages long! Head to the end of the ruins. You'll find a puzzle just like the one you found when you entered the region. Put some plorts and teleport out. Welcome to Mercury. There's glass fire, tornadoes, and vegetable slimes. There's also a special plant you can only use for gold slimes. They give big bucks, similar to lucky slimes. Go to some puzzles, solve them, get bathwater, make an oasis. Gordo, get some keys, unlock more Vex Line, make an oasis. Head to the edge of the desert. Lord, don't travel through time. Head back to the ranch and realize the only thing you crave more than materialism is they, them, pussy / dick. The end! That was a pretty good game. Really, there wasn't much to talk about in the last area. You've pretty much done everything you can in the game until after you beat it. After you do beat it, Hobson contacts you and tells you that there's some treasure chests that he put around the map, so you can try and find those. You could also try rush mode, where you try to get as much money as possible in a 3-day time span. Maybe you could try hunting for some gold slimes, but yeah, not much. To me, Slime Rancher is kind of like Minecraft. There's as much as you want to do as long as you don't get bored. Which, I mean, I guess you could say that for every video game, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'd say it held up pretty well from when I played it 5 years ago. A little easier for my taste, but an enjoyable experience. And hey, if you want more, Slime Rancher 2 just came out, so go buck wild. I rate this game an arbitrary score of 10 for the amount of seconds it takes to fully recharge my jetpack to cross a dumbass gap. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you again so much for watching. Now, if you need me, I'm going to systematically farm living organisms for my profit and amusement. They will feel nothing in the end but the pain they have brought me. They are animals. They'll die like animals. See ya!